Well, good morning. Starting a new podcast today. As I was going over, wondering what content should I cover today. As I've learned in marketing, it's better to ask a question than to make a statement. So I want to check and make sure everything is okay on here. Podcast today. As I was going over, okay, great. I'm gonna leave this up. I did a live the other day about a token, and I'm going to take that one down because I have found in retrospect that that is not a good project. And I'm talking about the SATU token. So, as I told you, if I found out it was going to be a scam, I was going to let you know. It was new to me, and I really didn't know much about it. But as far as the reviews, and I went on the scam alert on the internet, I kind of found out it's not really something. It didn't cost me anything to put into it, but um, I don't think it's anything that should be trustworthy. But anything, I just wanted to preface with that. But what I really want to talk about today is the music business right for you? Hold on, getting a little cool in here. Is the music business right for you? And I hear a lot of people say that if you're not, if you're not driven, if you're not this, if you're not that, then being an entrepreneur isn't right for you. And I disagree with that because I believe that people that don't have entrepreneurial skills, when they go into a business, everything is new to them, and sometimes blatant ignorance is the best thing that you could have to help you propel you into a business because you don't have preconceived notions about how things should be. You're not like, well, I think it should be like this. I think it should be like that. It's you're going every day that's new and you don't know. So I think any business is right for anyone if it's something that you desire and if it's something that's dear to your heart that you love doing. Now, I love the music business for many different reasons. I love it because of the liquidity of it. I love music. I love making music. And I love, not only do I love making music, I think I love sharing music. I think that's the one thing I've learned more than anything, and especially these past like 16, 17 years. I enjoy sharing music more than I love making music. I mean, I do love making music, but I think I like sharing music number two when it comes to the music business. I like any type of business. I like building something from the ground up. You're going to discover things about yourself that you've never known in order to get your business successful. So if you're thinking about going into the music business, don't hesitate. Don't try to figure it out. Just like go for it. Go for it. Put yourself out there and trust yourself and just take it day by day. Don't be concerned with what's going to happen 30 days down the road, 6 months down the road. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is right now. Right now, the most important thing I have going on in my life is right now. And by the way, as I start this, I want to say shout out to my wife, my friend, business partner, homie, lover, all of that wonderful stuff, Lady Jen. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you, and only seeing good things for both of us as we go forward in life. Mwah, love you, baby. But don't try to get it right because you're never going to get it wrong because you're never going to get it done. The only thing that hinders you from starting something is your mind will. Because as I was getting ready to start this first podcast, the episode of this podcast, I was my mind was trying to fight me like, what are you going to talk about? How are you going to say it? Who's going to want to hear it? What are you going to do? And don't be concerned with all of that. Your mind is made and wired to for your survival. And anything that comes in new, even thoughts, ideas, it will fight them because it only wants to deal with the status quo and what has been. Your mind only trusts what has been. Now your spirit can trust any idea that you have, but your mind will try to overrule it. You got to keep your mind in subjection to you, and you need to rule your mind and don't let your mind rule you. You know, and as me and my wife, we are on this. better eating regimen. I wouldn't say diet is just a better selection of foods to eat. Uh, when you change that, you've realized even in that you have to take over your mind and don't let your mind take over you. You have to rule your mind, because if you don't, your mind will rule you, and it will lead you and use all kind of fear and doubt and uncertainty, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, to stop you from making new decisions, new plans, even thinking about new things, because it wants things to only stay the way that it's always been, and that's just the way your mind is. Now I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to put links to our other YouTube channels, because we have like two or three YouTube channels, main ones, that we use. And as you saw in the graphic, Day in the Watsons, this is our like our videography of how we have come into the record business and in the music business. When I first got into really being serious about writing, especially writing for film and TV, before I even started doing that, I just started writing beats. Okay, and those beats, they eventually got me curious about writing for film and TV, and so I started writing for film and TV, and I started submitting rather to write for film and TV, and they kept turning me down like for year. Excuse me. Mm. Year after year after year, I just kept getting turned down, and at one point I did want to get discouraged, and I think for 24 hours I remember I just stopped. But after that 24 hours was up, I started right back again, because it was something that was so near and dear to what I enjoy doing that I just really couldn't stop. And if it's anything in your life that you really like doing, do it without anyone having to encourage you. Like a lot of people say, I need the encouragement of this person, this life, and this thing and that thing. You don't need the encouragement of anyone. You have everything you need inside of you to go forward and to push and to keep going. And I don't mean push in a negative manner. When I say push, I just mean just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. All I can say is I just keep showing up. I don't really have a secret formula for anything. I don't have a secret formula for how it's going to go. I don't know. I do understand. I do know this, that you have to believe yourself into existence. You have to believe your business into existence. You've got to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in your abilities, and you have to have confidence. And even though you may not have it, you're going to have to make it up. We humans have what's called an imagination, and our imagination can make our brain doesn't know if we're experiencing something actually or not, because it's dark in there. That's except for the electricity that's fired in there. I don't know if that emits any light, but your brain doesn't know if you're experiencing something or not. If your imagination makes your brain think that it's seeing out of your eyes. And we don't want to go into the eyes. We can't even go. I don't even want to go into that yet, because your eyes, you think what your eyes are seeing is what you're seeing, but what your eyes are seeing is just vibration, and you are assuming what you're seeing is what's before you. You can change that at any time, and that's another thing I learned about being in business, that you can change your outcome at any time. Your life is not static and it's not linear. Time is not linear. You can change it at any time. But what you have to do is you have to decide moment by moment that that's what you're going to do. It's not like, well, I'm just going to try to make sure to be positive for a week. Don't try to be positive for a week. Be positive for 1 second and move to the next second and just stay positive and keep allowing the universe to bring into you what you need and what you desire, and just be allowing. Don't try to figure it out. You're going to get your intuition is going to start firing off, and you're going to not only are you going to be doing action, but you're going to be doing inspired action, and that's another point that I want to make. Inspired action is action that's directly given to you by your intuition, and that busy work is stuff that we do because we think it's something that we really need to do in order to make it happen. There's nothing you need to do to make it happen because it's already done. If it wasn't already done, you wouldn't be desiring it. You wouldn't be able to see the end. You wouldn't even have a picture of what you think the end is, which or even what the end result is going to be, which that's going to consistently change too, day by day. because as you grow and as you learn yourself and as you learn as you discipline yourself, and I mean that in a positive way, because we're all disciplined. It's not that we need to get disciplined, we're all disciplined. It's just we are what we are disciplined to. Because in times in my life, I was disciplined to eating habits that weren't conducive to my health, and I had to learn over time that I had to change that discipline, disciple, go figure it out. And that changed my life, through the help of my wife. We're drinking better water, we're eating better food, we're cutting out a lot of things that we don't need, like cheese and milk and butter and white bread and rice and stuff like that. And we're implementing into our lives, number one, foods with color, and foods that grow and swim more than foods that graze and are manufactured. You know what I'm saying? Things that fly is good, but things that swim are, I think, we have are better, and things that grow are great too. And fruits and vegetables are better than a lot of grains also. That's what we've come to understand, and it's really helping us. And I do notice a difference in my spiritual aspect now that we've begun doing that. And they say when you eat the flesh of an animal that was, however it was slaughtered, that energy transfers into you. Like they say, if you eat a lot of chicken, it'll make you cowardice. I don't really know any research on it, but I just heard that somewhere before, which I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it because you are what you eat from your head to your feet. So that's one of the things that I have learned also about doing that in business. And what business is really, it's not really the millions is not really what's going to change you. What's going to change you is what it takes for you to get where you are, to that point where you can allow that type of flow into your life. Because what I found out, and I don't know if this is going to be you, but I've heard it a lot of places, but I can just speak about me. What I found out is that what it takes for me to discipline myself and to change my energy output so that the universe can replicate that back to me, mirror that back to me, to what I really desire. I had to really think about, what am I assuming about myself? How do I assume? Am I assuming? I mean, do I want to be a hard working, struggling person that's rich? Do I want to be the type of person where money flows to me and I get to enjoy my life? I get to enjoy my family, get to enjoy this earth? Or do I just want to be like busy, busy, busy and just grind? I mean, you can have it either way you want it. The universe will replicate to you back whatever you desire. Like some people have this desire that they feel that they just need to hustle and grind and just tear it up and tear it up and tear it up. And the reason I think that we believe that is because we think the more we do, the more we get. But I really think that less is more. Now you're going to be working, you're going to be doing things, but the things you're going to be doing is inspired. And when you're doing inspired action, it takes less things to get more results. I'm not going to be saying that you're just going to be sitting on the couch doing nothing. I don't desire to do nothing. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy my life. I enjoy work. I enjoy my marriage. I enjoy business. I don't have a time constraint like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's another thing that you're going to find out being a business, running a business, is that construct that was put into your mind of that Monday through Friday is when you work and Saturday and Sunday is when you do nothing. You're going to find out that that's really not true. Because if it wasn't people working on the weekends, there are a lot of things in your life you wouldn't have. If everything shut down on the weekend, it would be like incredibly, like people say, well, you need to take the weekend off. Where I read in the Bible on to say work 6 days and stay off, take off one for, they call that the Sabbath. But I'm not here to, like to preach religion to anyone. I'm just saying that's what I observed. But you're gonna be constantly doing things. You're gonna be getting uploads in the middle of the night. Sometimes, keep a notebook by your bed. You're gonna get ideas. People don't really understand that because if you're in a 9 to 5 work mindset, you're gonna feel like that everything has to only come. You're gonna feel like if I'm at my job, then I'm gonna do that. And when I'm done with my job and I go home, I don't do anything. But if you're working and you're running a business, you're gonna be working after you leave your job. You're gonna be doing some things. You're gonna be learning things, how to market this. I have really come to understand in the last few days about the importance of the branding colors, the importance of the fonts, the importance of the things that, when you're trying to promote Say for instance, you have a Shopify store and you made some T-shirts and you want to sell those, uh, and you just put the pictures up, which is something that I've done. Just put the pictures up and just hope that the pictures would attract people. Well, one thing about marketing and spending money is people use their money to bring them emotional gratification. No, I want to let that sink in. People use their money to bring them emotional gratification. And people continually and repetitively spend money on things that they know that's going to give them a predictable outcome. They're going to go to the store. They're going to buy this burger. They're going to get that taste. They're going to get that taste, and then the taste is going to go from their tongue to their brain, and they're going to enjoy it, and they're going to swallow it, and they're going to do it again. Once they swallow it, it's done. The interaction with the food is done. Outside of getting the nutrients out of it, and the rest is going away in waste. There's really nothing left after that. Once you chew it and swallow it, it's done. But you get to do it again. And see, restaurants, how they could stay successful is your memory of whatever you've eaten is what they live by. Your memory of what you've eaten is what they live by. That's what keeps their money coming in. Because if you forgot what something tastes like, you won't be so easy to entice. But they use visual stimulation to remind you of what it tasted like, or what the soda tasted like, or what the alcohol tasted like, or felt like, or how the clothes made you feel when you saw people, when people complimented you, or when people saw you, or when you looked in the mirror and you looked at yourself, like getting your nails done, getting your hair done, getting your eyelashes done. All those things are based on emotion. Everything that we spend money on is based on emotion. When we give money away to friends and family, it's based on emotion. Because it makes us feel bad when they want something and don't have it, and we use our money to give it and make them feel better. All money transfer is based on emotion, period. It has nothing to do with necessity. It is all emotion. That's why people who invest their money are looked at a little different, because they understand they understand delaying of gratification, because they're planting their money. And if you never worked on a farm, you don't understand the patience that it takes for something to grow and mature. And people that never worked on a farm and never had that type of mindset, everything to them is like a 7-day pay period, or a 14-day pay period, 21 or 30-day pay period. Sometimes every 2 months, according to how it's structured. But if you're not used to that, then you won't be able to trust investing, because the results come slower than what you're used to. And also in a business, things are like that. When you're running a business, the results sometimes come slower than what you're used to. Because if you're used to working a job, you're predicting your check. Those of you that are listening right now, you know when you're going to get paid again. And when you're running a business, you don't know when you're going to get paid again. And sometimes you're going to be working without pay. Some people are cool with that. Some people are not. Like some people, they don't grow food. They only buy food. You know why? Because they don't have the time to wait. They don't want to wait. They want it now. They want the money now. They want something they can predict, they can put their mind on. See, their mind's telling them not to trust in anything that doesn't have a result that's not predictable. Being in business is not predictable. But in another essence, in another mindset, in another way of looking at it, it can be predictable. If you look at your business from a professional standpoint and not your personal business. So I had to start thinking like a record label, and stop thinking like an electronic DJ composer or a producer, because I like to produce beats in different genres. I like to make music. I like to make meditation music. I like to make this type of music. I like to make that type of music. And what's important to me is I wanted the public to hear it. But I understand when I'm interacting with the public and I have something that I want to sell to them, number one is, why do they want this? What problem is this going to solve? That's the things I had to learn in business. I don't care what business you're in. You're in the business of solving problems. If you're selling comment, your problem is you helping people remove stains and dirt and odors from their home. If you're in the business of selling water, your problem that you helping people solve is thirst and having that liquid substance for them to live. So whatever business you in, you got to start from the standpoint of what problem am I solving for my customer. Not you want to show your customer that your product is good. It's not your product. It's not it. That's not what is going to make you the money. Your product is not what's going to make you the money. Getting their money is not what's going to make you the money. What's going to make you the money is when you tap into what problem you can solve from that customer. Now, and being a musician, the only thing I can sell is sound. Man, I mean, I sell merch too, and I also teach, but still, I'm solving the problem of ignorance. A person that don't know how to produce music, I can teach them how to produce music, but I still got to solve a problem. I'm still solving a problem. That's all you're doing is you're just solving a problem. You're solving a problem, solving a situation. You're alleviating something that the person wants. A person that needs clothing. You solving them that either want to change their clothing, they need to put clothing on because they don't have any. They have somewhere to go and they need to be dressed up, and you have what they need. Now, how are you going to deliver it to them, and convince them to purchase from you? Now, a lot of us, when we have online businesses, the first thing we want to do is just show people what we have. But you'll get more from a person if you ask them something than if you tell them something. Okay, so for instance, for years, I've just seen this all over. I got beats for sale. I got beats for sale. Now I'm a subject to the same thing. I have beats for sale. I got beats for sale. I do this. I produce in this thing, and look at what I can do, and do that, do that, and that. That is not their problem. How proficient you can produce, that is not their problem. Their problem is their situation is what do you have that can gain them fame, and why would your product help them gain fame and recognition and notoriety? When I'm talking fame, I'm not talking about the fame like what most people think about. I mean spreading and opening up themselves to more and more people that can recognize what they're doing. What can your product do to help them do that? Well, number one, if you're a producer and you're producing instrumentals as if you're doing solo music, it's not going to work because the artist needs the music needs the music to be a boat that can carry them down the river of human frequency response or interception. So, as a producer, your first problem that you're going to solve is giving the artist something that is going to lift people's awareness of them by offering them a sound. So all you got is a sound. Your ears make the feeling, creates an emotion. We were already back to emotion again. Emotion. That's the only reason we do anything. Energy in motion. It's not a bad thing. Don't look at it like that it's bad. It's because once you tap into this, your business is going to go from a business of trying to convince into a business of solving problems. And that's the reason why I believe I've been attracted to ClickFunnels, because funnels allow you to qualify your candidates smaller. They respond to the ad. And then we respond to the ad that's in their email. And then when they send the email, you send them they give you their email. And then when they give you the email, they give you the email address, you send them the email. And then in that email, you have something carefully crafted, not to scare them, not to shock them, not to even try to, try to take advantage of their psychological stance. You just want them to know what problem you're in the business of solving. AutoZone is in the business of solving problems of mobility. They're not in the business of selling car parts. They're in the business of keeping people mobile and moving. See, if you think that if you own a parts store that your business is selling parts, your business is not selling parts. Your business is keeping people mobile. If you're in a bank, your business is not money. Your business is allowing people to access trading paper so they can get what they want from somebody else. Once you realize and start looking at your business as a problem solving adventure or venture, and you start looking at your customers' problem and their pain points, what can you do for them? How can you help them? And why do they want your product? And number one, the purpose of gaining a customer is to gain a repeat customer. It's not about the first sale. Ooh, I made the first sale. Okay, say for instance you're on TikTok. Okay? And say for instance on TikTok, you are selling people what? I see this a lot. Um, the little mixers that you plug your phone into, and you can go live on your phone and run your mixer up through your iPhone and do all that everything, and so your sound is professional and it's hardwired and it doesn't sound like when I did this on here, I had to set a noise suppression on here because I didn't want the sound from the air conditioner and the sound from the refrigerator to impede up on my broadcast, because the more care you take in delivering your product or yourself to the public, the better it is. Now, I had a choice to keep this shirt on, to keep the shirt I had on, or to put on this white collared polo. And I put on this white collar polo because this conveys a message to people. They say people give you 5 to 7 seconds of their attention before they make an assumption of you. And that's all you really got. You can talk all day long. It's not going to matter, because their assumption of you happens in 7 seconds. They don't even really understand that they're doing it. It is so smooth. It's just like listening to music. People listen to music for emotion. People like songs that they like because of where they were in life when they first heard that song. As they went through life and what that song meant to them. And if you're in the business of music, you're in the business of emotional gratification, because the music hits the ears. The ears interprets the frequency, and it's the brain, and the brain makes an emotion. Whether it's marching music, whether it's stadium music, whether it's love music, whether it's rock and roll music, whether it's screamo, whether it's metal, heavy metal, grunge, rap, hip hop, classical, polka, it doesn't matter. All musicians do is convey frequency so the brain can give the body an emotion. Now, once you look at your music like that and understand that you have to compose your music in a way that the body or the brain will give the body an emotional response. Now you are in the music business. You went from the music business to the business of music, and you went from the business of music to the business of emotion. That's because your favorite song, when people hear, woo, that's my jam, you know what that was? That was an emotion. That's all it was. Now, the emotion could be the words that they said that people agree with, music with lyrics. Their emotion is based on the culture of the listener. Tupac, he had a culture that he rapped to. Biggie, he had a culture that he rapped to. Easy E, the NWA, they had a culture that they rapped to. The culture that you're communicating with have to be emotionally invested in what you're conveying frequency wise to their ears. EDM. The reason I like EDM is because I'm not communicating many words. I'm communicating chord progressions that evoke emotions. But I'm still evoking emotions, but I'm using chord progressions to evoke those emotions instead of words, which there are words, like an EDM dance, like Martin Garrix and all of, the words, the lyrics, the emotional evokers, as I call them. That's all there are to me. The music is scientific to me. That's why people who say I don't play what people like, I play what I want, and that's why no one's buying it. Because McDonald's does not make what they want, they make what you want. That's why they have those big fans blowing the odor out all over the city. Because your nose sends a signal to your brain which conveys an emotion. I got to go get that. McDonald's doesn't sell food, McDonald's sells consistency. Earth, Wind, and Fire did not sell music, they sold consistent emotions to the ear via frequency. And you, as a musician, or you, as a nail technician, you're not doing nails. You're in the business of giving people something to be proud of on their body. You're using those colors, those designs of the nails in the lashes, all of the in the hair. What you're selling is aesthetics. That's going to give the person the emotion, and they want to get feedback from the people that they're with. Oh, you look nice. That looks nice on you. Or if you're selling clothing, once you figure out what you're in the business of, and every business is psychologically based. Your business is not based around your product. It's not your nails. It's not the color that you're using. Well, because people do want that, that is necessary. I mean, you're not going to go out and pick a color that everybody generally doesn't want on their nails. And I mean, you're not going to just only do black nails and say, okay, I'm only going to do the color black or the color white. Yes, you're going to have different shades and different colors because people are going to have different outfits, different moods, emotion. Jack in the Box can only sell you a burger if you've eaten there. They can only sell you a burger through their advertisement if it triggers a memory of emotion that you had when you ate it the last time. And that's what restaurants do when you have been a customer one time. The only thing they have is the memory of your last meal. That's why if you're in the business of food, it is important. It's very important for you to make sure that whatever that customer's eating is the best you can make. Because when they get hungry again, they've got an incredible file cabinet of emotional memories that the tongue has told the brain. The tongue tells the brain where to file it, and the brain files it, and this is amazing. This is okay food. This is food that I get just because I only have this type of money, which is another emotion of lack of cash. Do your business have something that a person comes to the emotion? I don't have any money, but I want to get something to eat. I don't feel like cooking. Where can I go to get something to eat? Many people say that. Guess what? Emotion starts to happen. Memory starts to happen. Where's a place where I can get something to eat that was good at a good price that I enjoyed? Now, what all they're saying is, where can I go get something to eat that's going to be emotionally satisfying, that will fit the amount of trading paper I have in my pocket, that I'm allowed, that I'm not allowed, that I'm allowing out to flow out of me right now. When you start looking at business like that, life starts to change. You realize that you're dealing with psychological beings. You're not dealing with beings that using their eye. They're not buying with their eyes. They're buying with their emotion, the memory of their emotions. They're buying your product. They're purchasing your product about how your product makes them feel. Okay? If your product makes them feel good, they're going to remember you. If their product makes them feel bad, they're going to remember you. They're going to remember you either one, either for making them have a yes or for making them have a no. Now, when I started in my mind, like I was telling my wife, I was like, I want to start a podcast because I saw Rob on TPD, and I had a podcast once on Spotify, but I'm not too big on DSPs anymore, especially with all of the AI stuff that's going on. I don't want to put any of our music on there. All of our music is going to be D2C. It means direct to customer. D2C, direct to customers. DTC, however you want to look at it. Direct to customer. Our merch direct to customer. Our music direct to customer. We are building an organic fan base or supporter base, one person at a time. I have certain people on Instagram that everything I put up, those same people always come back and say, it's a lady over in Germany that does it. It's a guy over in Germany on TikTok. It's someone over in Spain. If you have 3 people, if you have one person But if you got 3 people that consistently like your post, and I'm pretty sure we all do, and they always used to be someone that you don't know. It's not a family member. Because family ain't gonna like stuff. Now, they'll like it, if it's something they're getting out of it. But that's a whole nother different story. Because that's when envy comes in. Then, you know, because no one wants to see anyone hardly unless they have a heart of gold, a heart that to see people succeed. Which I love to see people succeed. I support anybody that's doing this, wants to do their business. I will like your stuff and support it, push you up in the algorithm so other people can see it. But people usually not like that. When they see you doing something, they either think that they can't do, which they're wrong, or they won't be able to do, or either they don't want to do it, which if they don't want to do it, no, they're not going to be able to do it. They're not going to support you. But it's usually people that don't even know you from other lands, other countries, like on Instagram and on TikTok and on here. All of the people that support me are foreigners. They're not really mostly Americans. There are some, but most of them are people over in Africa, over in Germany, over in the UK. Those are the people that support the music that I make. Those are my tribe. That's another thing. Your tribe, don't spend your time trying to convince your friends and family about your product. Because they don't want to be convinced about your product. Matter of fact, they would like it if you would just shut up. Because they don't want to hear you saying how successful you're about to be. Because people envy the successful and the rich because they think that they have something they don't have, which they don't understand. It's not true. We all have access to the same construct. But you can't get there without your mind. Oh, emotion. We're right back to emotion again. Right back to emotion again. So, now that we're at this point where you're getting a better idea that your business is an emotional generator. Why do people want to buy your nails? What problem are you going to solve for them? What if they need their nails done quick and they've got to go somewhere? That's a good way to advertise. I do nails quick, proficiently, on time. My appointments are quick. My turnarounds are quick. If you don't have an appointment for a nominal fee, I can do a quick set for you, or your lashes, or whatever. What problem are you solving with your business? What problem are you addressing with your business to help people? Now, people that are listening to this replay, because I'm going to leave this one up. And there's a link in the description to our website. And we have a membership packages over there for people. Like, for instance, okay, let me give you this one. The reason I was talking about sales funnel. I don't mean jump subject, but this just came into my mind, so I'm going to talk about this. I spent years selling beats. Okay. And my success or my lack of success was because I didn't qualify clients. Number one, if you don't have a PRO, I can't sell you a beat. Number two, I lease you a beat because I don't sell beats because I lease ideas. I don't sell them. Number two, if you don't have a copyright account, I can't lease you a beat. Number three, if you're not of the mindset that you're going to have to sow money into your gift in order to get money out, I'm not going to be able to lease you a beat because you're not going to come buy a beat from me for $800 to $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 or more. You're not going to pay that because you don't see the value in it. You're not in it for money transfer. You are in it so you can go SoundCloud pimping. You want to get on SoundCloud and YouTube and let everybody hear what you say. My stuff is hard. My shit is hard. It's hard. It's hard. And my stuff is hard. I did this and it's hard and whatever. You're not in the business of stimulating emotion. You're in the business of ego rapping or ego singing or ego instrumentalizing. Because the most successful musicians are the musicians who understand that they are a servant. I'm going to say that one more time. The most successful musicians understand that they are a servant. If you hit the stage looking for glory, you did the wrong thing. People stand in front of you on that stage for one reason. They want you to give them an energy of music, the frequency of music, so that their ears can give their brain a signal and their brain can give them an emotion. Energy, emotion. You are creating energy inside of them with the frequency of your music. It doesn't stop when it hit the ears. That's when it starts. Excuse me. Let me get a little drink of this coffee here. You're an energy broker. If you're a rapper, you're an energy broker. That's what I like about Big X the Plug. When he steps on stage, he's giving people energy because he's doing the very thing that a guy his size usually doesn't do on stage. He's dancing. Because people think that a person that's that size should be too afraid to dance because people are going to laugh at them. He doesn't care. Because number one, he's different. Number two, his beats are based off of all of these old soul things. I'm pretty sure he has to have an immense amount of licenses for old music. But guess what? He's not only tapping into the young crowd that's tired of this old endless music. I mean, empty music. He's tapping into their parents too because they're gonna remember. I remember that song, "Slipping in the Darkness." Safe to say, I'm the biggest, the largest. Brilliant. Because guess what? He's tapping into emotion. Y'all think he's just a big dude rapping. Oh, no. Big X the Plug got game. And his game is delivering nostalgic emotion. Because the moment you hear those old soul samples or whatever, you're going to look at him different. You're going to remember your grandfather, your uncle back in the day. You're not going to look at him as just like one of these little young whippersnapper rappers. You know? A boomer rapper. Hold on, boomer. No, you're going to look at him. You're going to place him in a different category in your mind. And plus, he doesn't wear a shirt. So he's conveying to you that he don't give a damn what you think about him and how you think his flesh looks. You know why? Because he's serving you the emotion of extreme confidence. You don't even know that's what you're looking at when you look at him. We're all buying into emotion, one way or the other. So, looking at your business, that you're in the business of emotion, no matter what you're doing. If you're building houses, you're in the business of emotion. Why? Because you're building something that's going to make people like, oh my God, I love my new home. I love my house. I love it. They're not considering how much it costs. And that's another thing. Your price becomes irrelevant when you tap into your customers' why and their pain point. What you're solving. Me, as a producer, the number one thing that problem I'm solving for artists is I'm giving them a sound that they can couple their sound with to deliver that to. I'm selling them, leasing to them a sound that they can use so they can put it together and make a combined sound so that the ears of humans can send a signal to a brain and the brain give emotion to the body. And that's really it. That's why when I produce music, I pay attention to the chord progressions of all the biggest hits. And in one way or the other, not trying to be similar or to copy, not at all. Not sound alike, but definitely a vibe alike. I learned that from the film and TV business. Like I said before, they turned me down for 3.5, 4 years. I got my first placement on Catfish. And then it went from Catfish to Total Divas to Mary to Love and Hip Hop to Vice TV. And then so to some other television shows. It was a Hispanic television show and this TV show. And then it went to having, I decided once I did that not to get into EDM. So I say, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to reverse engineer all of these biggest artists and learn how they're doing what they're doing. So I looked at Avicii's tutorial. I looked at Martin Garrix's tutorial. I looked at Rusko's tutorial over and over and over, and looking who else had a tutorial out? Yeah, Boris Brachet's tutorial, which is my favorite techno artist in the entire planet, Boris Brachet. And I reversed engineered them, which means I learned what they did, learned the instruments that they used, like Serum, like Roland Sense, all the different SH-101, using the different Roland synth. I learned how to affect the parameters. It's not just using the presets. You got to learn how to use the automation and automate the parameters and the different, like the cutoff and the attack and the sustain and the delay and the filters and all of this. I learned how to do all of that because I saw how emotionally invested people were to their music. Swedish House Mafia, I paid attention to them, how they constructed their songs, because they constructed them according to the way the blocks of the human mind think. See, while you're listening to music, you're counting. You're not counting, but your brain is counting blocks. And not only that, your brain is paying attention to, if I've heard that before, give it to me in a different way. I don't care if you give me the same thing, but just give it to me in a different way. That's right. When I write a track and I put a melody out, I'll have the melody not only from the main synth, but I have like 3 or 4 other things that also have that similar melody and the same chord progression, the same movement of notes, but with different sounds from different synths. I have arpeggios that also mimic the chord progressions, and then another arpeggiator appreciate another of synthesizer. So when the music breaks down, I don't let the brain forget the chord progression, because I'm using the arpeggios to keep the person's mind in remembrance. But I'm not boring them with the same thing. Dun 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 dun. And then it'd be arpeggiated. Go. Then another arpeggiator. Never forgetting the chord progression. But I'm not boring them by giving the same thing, because the human brain remembers quick. And I always tell people this, that every song that's ever written is already programmed into the human mind. That's why when you hear a hit, you be like, "Oh, I like that." You know why? The composer just picked up off of what already in here. There's nothing new. There's no new music to the listener. You just opened up something in the vault that they didn't know was there. The power of music. It's the same thing with stories. Like my wife has always watched a television show, and she could just tell from a minute, yep, that person gonna do that. The judge did this and that and that and that, and I already know. You know why? Because the synopsis of every story is already programmed in her mind. She can perceive logically how they're gonna hopscotch through your brain with that show. And that's very important. It is very important, especially in arts, to not to be so predictable. And they say that one of the biggest notes in music is, the loudest note in music is silence. Knowing when to put silence in your track. Boris Brachet is a master at that. He will minimalize the layers down to 1 cent. And he will do a filter and do a filter cut on that synth till there's nothing left but a, and then he'll build back up. Because why? Because you can't keep pumping them and pumping them and pumping them. I don't care what you like about how, when you write EDM, you can't keep pumping them and pumping them, pumping them, pumping them, boom, boom, to the boom. You got to break them down. I learned that from Skrillex also. Reverse engineering his music. I learned from the Tops how to compose so that I can evoke the same emotion from the listeners that listen to their music. I was like, oh, okay, so they got the chord, they got the pad, and they got the synth, and they got the melody, and they got the counter melody, and they have the counter melody accent. I mean, the melody accent, and then they have the background melody, and then when they break down, they use totally different instruments from that, even maybe the same instrument, playing the same chord progression, but in a different cadence, and then they're building back up, and they're using risers and fallers, and then when they come back into the second time, they adding something extra that I didn't hear the first time, and the third time after they break down, they adding something even though I've never heard before, even if this means another octave and going up another octave, and that's another thing about music. Octaves, very important. If you don't know what that is, OCTAVES, go look it up. Octaves, see what octaves mean. It's something good homework for you. So this is what I really desire to do as a producer and as an artist and as a businessman. I desire to help educate people. And on our website, I'm going to be uploading videos. And I'm probably going to put this one on the website too. I'm going to put it on that spread. Matter of fact, after I'm done, I'm going to put it on there. Because I am building a community and attracting only manifestors. I'm not looking for people who are looking to break into. If you're looking to farm without plowing and tilling and sowing and covering and watering, you need to get out of the farming business. You're no good being in the farming business if you're not ready to till, to plant. To till, to sow, to reap, to sort, to de-seed, and to do it again. What good are you? You're not going to get any results, just like in the music business. If you want to just record a track for free, get the mastering for free, get the artwork for free. If you want, what did they say? What did Eddie Griffin say? If you want something free, you must be dumb. That's why they call it free dumb. Why would you want somebody working for free for you with your stuff and it's cost them money to get there? I tell artists all the time, they'll be like, can I get a free beat? No. You know how much I have invested? And not only just time, money. My most important investment, expensive investment, was my time. I can get money back. You can't get time back. I put a lot of time into this. And I expect to be compensated for my energy that I put into there. Energy is not free. That's all money is just energy. You just transferring energy. So what I really want to do, I want to teach up and coming producers how to produce, how to look at music from the emotional aspect, how to arrange their songs in order to evoke emotion out of the listener, how to use lyrics, which are very powerful, to attract the listener and never let them go. And that's one of the things that I enjoy doing when I see a person that when that light turns on and they'll be like, so that's how this artist got me to listen and over and over and over. Because see, the thing about music is you don't want them to just listen to it once. Go listen to my track. You want them to listen to it thousands of times throughout their life. Because the music business is based on royalties, repetitiveness. You want them to come back. Just like with movies, they want you to come back, see the movie. I've looked at The Day After Tomorrow probably about over 100 times, and I'm going to keep watching. You know why? Because they gave me an emotional. I triggered an emotional response by listening to it. I enjoy it. I enjoy 2012. I enjoy seeing people survive. I used to think it was just the grandeur of the disaster. No, what I really like about those movies is I like to see how people survive. Resiliency is very attractive to me. How a person stays resilient, how a person can go through a situation and still come out on top. So, for those of you that are seeking to be taught, that are looking for instrumentals that can take their music to another plateau, that are willing to invest financially into their craft, you may just have found the right place. Now, what if I told you that there's a place where not only you can get your music, instrumentals, but you can get the education also to secure your publishing. That's another thing. If you're not secure in your publishing and the music business is not meant for glory. Well, it's meant for the glory for the empty-headed person who wants to be, um, wants to try to take on God status. But for the business person, they'll sit in the background and take all the royalties while you get all the glory. But why not get both? Why should you just settle for one? But then again, you're going to have to invest time and you're going to have to invest money. I'm going to put up some videos and show you how to sign up for all of the sign up for your PROs, how to sign up for all the royalty collection agencies, and how to get your music copyrighted. Very important because it's an idea. And the only way you can claim stake to that idea is through tagging it with these organizations so that you can register, not tagging it, but registering it and tagging it as yours. Are you willing to put the energy of your time, the energy of some of your money into your craft to get hundreds times that more back out? I've heard said this, and I've never heard it explained any better than this. A person, these two gentlemen having a conversation, and this gentleman said, "Well, this doctor is over here saving lives, but this basketball player over here is making 100 times what he makes." And the guy said, "I want you to understand something. The revenue that you receive from your occupation is based on your audience. That basketball player has an audience of millions. That doctor has an audience of hundreds, maybe thousands. That basketball player, those people are going to pay him not more, but the repetitiveness of payment is going to be more than the doctor. You choose your audience, you choose your revenue. Love it or leave it, like it, whatever. You choose your revenue when you choose your audience with your occupation. It's simple as that. If you don't like it, change your audience. Don't change your job. Don't change your occupation. Change your audience. Yes, you're going to change your occupation when you change. See, I like looking at things from the most simplistic, impactful point of view. It's not the amount of money that you want. You don't want to raise. You want an audience to pay you more in multiples. Very important. Very important. Oh, am I trying to say that what a basketball player does is more important than what a doctor does? They're both giving you a healing. They're both giving you an emotional response. But if someone that's healing, have you ever known anybody that's been truly healed of any kind of infirmity, or they've been given medications to mask the symptoms? People who are cheering at a stadium get more of a elation than a person who's getting a shot from something that's only going to mask. But I'm not saying that physicians aren't beautiful and necessary. I'm just saying you choose your salary when you choose your audience. I hope that those that are listening to this can gather some information from this. Now, if you check the link in the description, in the post, you can head over to our website. And once you're going to go over there, you're going to see that all of our merch, our music, is designed to edify and to solve problems. Solving the problem of a producer who is ignorant of production. That means you don't know. Solving the problem of an artist who wants to start making music and get into the music business, but they don't know how. Because you need education before you need music in the music business. And once you get educated, then you'll understand how to maneuver through the music business. It's not the glory business. A lot of people think it's the glory business, and those are the people that get taken advantage of. But for people understand their vision, they're in. For people that understand that they're in the business of evoking emotion, those people are going to succeed far greater than people who are looking to step on that stage. Look at me. Aren't I great? Isn't my hair great? People don't care about that. They look at it and be like, okay, yeah. And the first thing people look at when you get on the stage anyway is your shoes. What does your feet look like? Do you communicate with the audience as an artist? Do you look them in the eye? Or are you just looking from side to side and doing this here and got your eyes closed? Are you giving them you? Are you opening yourself up to them? Are you sharing your life? And I don't mean your business. I'm like, are you sharing your energy of your music with them? Are you there to give them a great feeling? Or are you there looking for them to give you a great feeling? Now, it circulates from the audience back to you, back to the audience, to you, back to the audience, to you, to the audience, to you, to the audience, to you. You know what a blessing it is to have someone come and stand up on their feet to listen at you and use the money that they worked to get to come listen to you perform. The only respectful thing to do is to give them back that same energy in your performance, in the songs that you sing, or the solos that you do, or the raps that you. I'm here to serve you. I am here to deliver unto you and to serve energy up unto your ears. I'm going to pay attention to you. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to look at this side of the stage. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go on this side of the stage. I'm going to go on that side of the stage. I'm going to pay attention to everyone that I can. And I'm going to give my energy unto the full spectrum of this audience. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to give you eye contact. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to stop the music and I'm going to tell you something about myself. I'm going to also remember that you're going through things in life, and I want to find ways to address what you're going through and to edify you and to lift you up as an artist. Going to a concert should be a healing situation between you and the audience. You both are healing each other consistently. Not that you're sick. Healing doesn't necessarily have to be something that happens because you're having infirmity. A healing can just be a blessing of energy transfer. Only the smart ones know that. Now, I didn't really know what I was going to talk about today. But I'm going to leave this one up and I'm going to put it on the website. And click the link down in the description. AOGF Merchant Music. If it's not there, I'm going to make sure that I put it there. So you come by the website, check us out. See if we can solve some of your problems that you have as an artist. That we can alleviate some questions, open some doors. You can purchase some classes. You can purchase some videos to learn how to do certain things in the music business. That's going to save you millions. See, the thing about a seed is an apple tree has more apples in the seeds than the tree has apples on the tree. But you have to be willing to sow those seeds into you, the ground. From the dirt you came, and the dirt you go back. We're just earth. And another thing I want to let you know, money is here to serve you. Money wants to serve you, and money loves serving you. But just like a woman, money can tell if you don't want it around. And what do you mean if I don't want it around? I love having money. No, you don't love having money. You love the things that money can do. You don't appreciate the presence of money because number one, you're afraid that someone's going to take it. The moment you get it, you just want to trade it for something else. You don't grow anymore. If you don't grow apples, how are you going to tell me you love apples? All you do is eat apples. If you truly love apples, you will plant some. If you know that you can plant a few seeds over here and over there 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 and over there, you know you were made to have multiple sources of income, not just relying on one. You are a multifaceted being. Your money should be multifaceted just like you are. Your money should be multifaceted and coming and flowing to you just like you are. Speaking from someone who understands that and lives that life, you do not understand how beautiful life can be unless you have multiple streams of income. Now, you have to turn those drips into streams. Now, sometimes you can get satisfied with multiple drips of income. Turn them into streams. Turn those multiple drips of income into multiple streams of income. And how do you do that? By learning what your business is there, what problem you're there to solve. You're not there to show people how beautiful your t-shirt designs are. You are not there to show people how beautiful how you can make nails, how beautiful you can do lashes. You are there to solve the problem of them wanting to get dressed and to look better for other people. They are there to use you to take their body somewhere else. You get it? And another thing, I want to tell you this one. Please, I'm so glad. Thank you, Universe, for putting this in my spirit. You are never going to have a healthy relationship with money until you understand this. You need money coming, money going, money sitting, and money growing. Though that is the what I call the money healthy money quadrant. Money coming, money going, money sitting, and money growing. That's like energy and electricity. Only a pond that sits with water that doesn't flow is gets stagnant with algae. Yes, things live there, but it's not living water. You want money coming, money going, money sitting, money growing. If you don't want any money to flow through you, you're not going to make it in the money game. You ever play Monopoly? You know, it doesn't stop, does it? I have the Monopoly game on my phone. It doesn't stop. Constantly hopping around that thing month after month. Buying this, paying rent, doing this, paying out this, buying this, paying out that, paying this ticket, paying this, going over here, doing this, paying this, money in, money out, money sitting, money growing, money building, money this, over here. The money game is a multifaceted quadrant. Money coming, money growing, money sitting, money coming, money going, money sitting, money growing. Now we'll see what people want is money coming, money coming, money coming, money coming. Now if your oxygen was like that, it'll be like you gonna let any out? Why? Because the same money that you get ain't just meant for you. Your money is meant to circulate this part of the whole system. Income in, income out. Income in, income out. Money sitting over there that you don't have to touch. Money over there growing. Money coming from different aspects. You got royalties over here. You got this store set up over here. You got print on demand T-shirts over here. You got stuff selling. You're making money on TikTok over here. You're making money on YouTube over here. You're making money on Facebook over here. You're making money on Instagram over here. You're doing even maybe have a job. You maybe even secret shopping, taking some of that money and investing that money. Get multifaceted minded when it comes to money. Money that doesn't flow out is dead. Money like Tupac say, I get around. Shut sucker. Oh yeah. Money likes to get around, baby. Money don't want to be held up in no four walls. Oh no, money likes to move. It's like the water of the ocean. It likes to move. And that's one of the reasons that's been holding you back from acquiring wealth. Because you've been so poor and so broke and so job minded and so struggling and so salary minded that you only know one way that money comes into your life, and you be damn if you finna give any of that away to anything but something that's predictable. The safest haven for the only thing your brain likes is what's predictable. Your brain doesn't like taking a chance on anything unless it's predictable. I can predictate what's going to happen. That's going to keep you poor. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your sexual identity is. I don't care what your parents did to you when you were growing up. I don't care about none of that. If you can change your mind, even if you can desire to change your mind, the universe will open up doors for you to be a multifaceted, multi quadrant money receptor. And you know who I'm talking to first? Right here. I'm talking to me first. Everything I'm saying to you, I'm talking to me first. Everything I'm talking to you, I'm actually programming myself while I'm speaking to you. I'm not telling you something like this. What I found out. Yeah, some things I found out, but I'm still talking to myself. I'm not above correction. I'm not above learning. I'm not above instruction. Matter of fact, the more of it I get, the more of it I love. You need to open your mind up to be instructed. This is not a pride game. You'll never get it right. Never get it wrong because you'll never get it done. But while you are here, grow. Out of all you're getting, as the Bible said, get an understanding. People without a vision perish. Do you have a vision? You got to have vision, as that video meme said. You weren't meant to struggle. You were meant to live in opulence, wealth, and luxury. The reason why I know it is because look at nature. Nature makes so many seeds, they just fall to the ground and make more. They're not utilized all by the birds. The birds eat the fruit and they poop the seeds out and make more. They say that's how marijuana got all over the earth from birds, and birds are our blessings. Bees are our blessing. Ants are our blessing. Now we give more glory to the four-legged creatures like cats and dogs, but they don't really do anything to populate the earth. They don't really do anything to populate growth. Animals are just there because they make us feel good. Number one, back to emotion. Is there anything wrong with that? Not a damn thing in the world. You're supposed to have what you want. I have what I desire. Now, what other people think that they're worthy to have, that's on them. Now, I can't get rich and be like and just pour my money into them because guess what? If they have a money rejection complex, no matter how much money I give them, they're going to throw it away. Because you know what? They don't understand that money gets pregnant. Very easy. Fertile Myrtle, Fertile Mart, money gets pregnant easy. And guess what? It's an obedient servant. It never asks you anything. If you ask it to do it, it doesn't complain. It does it. Money answereth everything. Wine maketh merry, and money answereth everything. People think, well, I don't like the money system. I don't want to check out. Then check out. But while you're checking out, don't ask nobody for no money. Because guess what? You say you didn't want to be in it. Because why? You just want to take money. You don't want to give money. So you want to be a pond getting fresh water, just turning it stagnant. No, that's not going to work. You don't believe me? Try it. There's people that tried it all their lives. Misers. They get rich. They don't even enjoy it. You know why? Because they're not flowing. They're dead. They have mastered it. They don't enjoy it. It don't help anyone. And I don't mean by giving money away to help people. I give you game and a little money so you can go get your game on. But if you think I'm going to be a conduit, just be giving, flowing? No, because I have businesses to build. I have a household to take care of. I have dreams that I want to, things that I want to do. Your dreams is your business. My dream, my household is my business. That's my alarm comes up. I have an alarm comes up every 111 222 333 444 555 666 777, and I have certain affirmations on there.
And that one was large sums of money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. That is another thing that's going to change your life for your money. You're going to have to fall in love with affirming wonderful things. When people say, I don't do all that affirming, yo, yes, the hell you do. You affirm every day. I'm broke. I ain't got nothing. I ain't going to ever have nothing. And this and that. You've been saying it all your life. You affirming it, dear, darling, sir, madam, human in meat suit, however you want to be addressed. You've been affirming all of your life. I'm sick. I'm this. I'm that. I am that I am. And that's all that I am. And that's what all you's going to get. As I heard somebody say when I was working with Organo, I would rather say I is rich than I am, you know the word Poor. I would rather say I is rich than to say I am. No, I'm not. I don't. That's another thing I changed that changed my business and my life and who I dealt with. Because see, your mouth is going to attract in your life people who speak the same things. You could be in business and still be negative and making money, baby. But you're around people who make money and they lose it. They're never growing. They're never scaling. You know what? The government doing this. People are doing that. The blacks are doing this. The whites are doing that. You know it's all the LGBTQs. You know this and that and that. Ain't nobody in your problem, baby. Ain't nobody hurting you. The only thing hurting you is the words that are snaring you with your mouth. That's your biggest weapon that's working against you is your mouth. You're gonna have to change that. Where you say, let the weak say I'm strong. Let the poor say I'm rich. I'm rich. But your brain gonna be like, where? But instead of continually saying that you're rich, you're interested in arguing with your brain, trying to rationalize with your brain, because your brain has never seen any evidence that you are rich. So it's not going to trust that. Because why? It cannot predictate. It's not predictable. So your brain says unlogical. Put an Apple program in the Windows computer and see what happens. Windows don't open up DMG files. I mean, unless you have a simulator in there that can replicate the environment of Apple, which they have that. But I'm just mean generally. You put an Apple program inside of Windows. Windows don't open up install files. I mean, Apple works on DMGs. Windows works on EXE. DMG, EXE. Two different aspects. They don't even talk to each other. They don't even share the same language. But our computer's still on the same language. Zeros and ones. Nothing else. That's it. This has been a beautiful podcast. And I know it's going to help some people out there. And hold on, let me get this over here. As you're listening to this replay, let these words soak into you. Change your emission, and you will change how the universe mirrors back life unto you. Welcome to the real world, Neo. Y'all have a beautiful one. And as I close out, I want to give love and honor to my partner, my wife, my friend, my homie, my cat dog, my everything, my beautiful, my peace, my love, Lady Jen. Y'all be beautiful. Trust yourself. A human can do anything. You're made up of 100% God stuff. What can't you do? Have a good one. I'll holler to the next podcast.